scoreboard, the Roland Story Norsemen. Home team, your Ballard Bombers. First, we have the starting lineup for our guest from Roland Story. Leading off, number 16, Kate Berggren, third baseman. Batting second will be number 13, Brooklyn Joggle, shortstop. Batting third, number 26, Peyton Jeter, catcher. Batting fourth, number 11, Keely Oberender, second baseman. Batting fifth, number 7, Lauren Krabs, right fielder. Batting sixth, number 15, Ava Corcoran, first baseman. Batting seventh, number 12, Maddie Berggren, the DP. Batting eighth will be number 14, Josie Ramus, center fielder. Batting ninth, number 5, Kennedy Hodnefield, left fielder. And pitching tonight, the flex, number 23, Addie Sabatino. And now, Bomber fans, here's your starting lineup for tonight. Leading off your Bombers, number 4, the catcher, Maddie Johnhorst. Batting second for the Bombers, number 27, center fielder, Maggie Mortensen. Batting third for the Bombers, number 25, the shortstop, Casey Rigby. Batting in the cleanup spot, number 3, third baseman, Avery Phillips. Batting fifth tonight for the Bombers, pitching number 1, Brooklyn Baumgartner. Batting sixth for the Bombers, number 15, Afton Holmes, first baseman. Batting eighth for the Bombers, number 12, second baseman, Hallie Gardner. Batting ninth for the Bombers, number 5, left fielder, Kenna Zimmerman. And batting ninth for the Bombers, 22, Olivia Waka, the right fielder. Now, ladies and gentlemen, we ask that you all please rise, leave your headgear, face our flag, currently stationed in center field, as we honor our flag and our country with the playing of the national anthem.
All right, folks, good evening. Welcome to a beautiful night out here at Gary Telford Field, Huxley, Iowa. Last regular season game of the year for these girls here for the Bombers and for the Norsemen. So the friends from the North come on down here for the last one. It's a beautiful evening for softball. The Norsemen come in with a record of 7-22, and the Bombers are 10-19 as they both get ready for postseason play coming up here later in the week. Flying solo somewhat tonight, but I think the executive producer, Danny Sunsets Inksler, is going to put on a headset and give us his what for and have to. But anyway, we'll get you around the horn here for the Bombers. It'll be Maddie Schonhorst. She'll be the catcher. Brooklyn Baumgartner will be doing the pitching tonight. Avery Phillips will be at third. Casey Rigby at short. Hallie Gardner at second base. And Afton Holmes will be at first base. Left fielder will be Kenna Zimmerman. The center fielder will be Maggie Mortensen. And the right fielder will be Olivia Waka. Leading off here for the Norsemen will be the third baseman, Kate Berggren. Berggren comes in hitting .337. She squares, pulls it back, and Brooklyn will start her off with strike one, as we were informed tonight that Brooklyn Baumgartner, the Bombers' ace, and has been for a while, is 2 strikeouts away from 500 for her career. So heck of a milestone. That one's popped up over the top of us. Doesn't hit the roof. Thought Danny had his glove with him tonight. He does not. Thank goodness we do have a roof over our heads. So 0-2 the count here to Berggren. Brooklyn's way ahead here, as that's how she likes to work. She fires. That one's drilled into the dirt. Be a tough play for Brooklyn, and she's going to beat it out. Will Berggren for the first hit of the game. That'll be an infield single. She just kind of screw drive that one right into the dirt in front of her. It was Maddie couldn't get out of her haunches fast enough, and Berggren was quick down that line, so that'll put the leadoff batter on. It'll bring up the shortstop, Brooklyn Jondal. And Jondal's going to square the bunt here as Berggren's on first. Baumgartner delivers. Pushes that bunt foul down the first base side. Bombers had the shift on there, the wheel action with Holmes charging and Gardner to first with Rigby going to second. The Norsemen are much like the Bombers. They've got a few upperclassmen, but really underclassmen dominated here as Brooklyn will rock and fire this one. Can't get it down. Quick throw. Allie Gardner there snuck in behind the runner Berggren at first, and Schonhorst with a laser beam down there, but with just late on it. That one was called the ball. 1-1 here. I thought she squared on that. Got to believe that Brooklyn knows she needs the 2 strikeouts. That one's laid down perfectly. Schonhorst will field it to Gardner for the out at 1, but Jondal does her job with a sacrifice. Moves the runner to second.
Jondal out number 1 on the sacrifice. Going to bring up 26, Peyton Jeter, catcher.
Now this will bring up the catcher, Peyton Jeter. Jeter's a junior. What a great last name.
Any relation?
I don't know. I don't know if it's, it could be. And folks, in case you're wondering, that is the sweet dulcet tones of Danny Sunsets himself. I tell you, I might have him read a book on tape to me just so I can listen to it in the evenings.
I got to say off the bat, I'm trying to keep score, balls and strikes here.
He's pulling double, triple duty.
Yep.
Just so you know, though, he's not getting paid overtime or time and a half tonight, so it's all out of the goodness of his heart. Regular partner Brock the Bear Bierman, he had some other plans this evening, so he couldn't make it, but that's all right. We're up here in the booth, and we're glad to be here. It's 1-1. Now it'll be 1-2 here to Jeter. I kind of feel like Mr. Harold on the PA should have went Jeter, number 2.
Hey, Jeter 3 home runs on the year, batting .375.
375. Well, the name rings a bell. She's down 1-2 here to Baumgartner. Brooklyn will rock and fire, and that one just misses on the inner half. We got a great look at that one as Maddie tried to frame it, but to no avail. 2-2 will be the count here to Jeter. Look at you, Danny Sunset's giving me stats right away.
.499 right here.
Nope, just on the outer half. Now it'll be 3-2. Good at bat here from Jeter. Like I said, I think, you got to believe it's in the back of Brooklyn's mind. It could be, I don't know if I don't want to say pressing, but it's there,
yeah.
And she'd like to get it and kind of get it over with. We've got some things here for her. And that one, that'll ring her up. We're 1 away. So that's the second out of the game on the backwards K for Jeter as Jeter worked it to a full count, but Brooklyn battled all the way through, got the strikeout, so that's number 499 for the career. This will bring up the number 4 hitter, Keely Oberander, the second baseman. Oberander just a sophomore. There's a strike on the outer half. Berggren with a pretty big lead out there at second base.
See the crowd hiding some yellow signs, maybe.
Yep, yeah. I think
put
they.
something up in the air
I think they say 500 on them.
Okay.
I believe that's what I'm seeing here. From my vantage point up at the crow's nest, that one just missed. Maybe a little out and up. I do appreciate the home plate umpire strike 3 call, though. That was aggressive.
That was aggressive.
Yeah, I
Nice.
enjoy that. I had a buddy back home. We used to practice those together. We had the best strike 3 call. There's a big one there, and that'll be 1-2 here to Oberander.
Do you want to give us a call here? Strike three?
Do you want me to give the strike three call? I don't know if I can do it with the voice. It's more of the seeing it is what really makes it special. That one just missed as Brooklyn kind of winced at that one, thought she had it. 2-2 and 2. Deuces are wild here. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Top half of the first. Oberander stands in there against Baumgartner. Baumgartner with .499 for the career. Oberander just gets a piece as Brooklyn's looking for a little piece of her own history here this evening. And she's been on that mound, or on that pitcher's mound, a lot in her career, obviously. And she has had some good success because 500 strikeouts is nothing to slouch about. That one just missed. She was a little off speed out there, missed on the outer half. Kind of nibbling. Now we got a full count again. Full count, 2 outs. Kate Bergen with that leadoff infield singles on second base. She's swatting some bugs as Brooklyn checks the armband, as we've seen her do. And that'll do it.
There it is.
That's strike 3. That'll end the inning. And that is career strikeout number 500 for Brooklyn Baumgartner. As she gets some hugs.
Standing ovation
And a
over
standing
here,
ovation from the crowd as Brooklyn Baumgartner was career strikeout number 500 for the senior for the Bombers. She got one looking and she got one swinging. Well, hats off to you, Brooklyn. That's quite an accomplishment as she'll take her talents to DMAC next year, which they have a great program. But that's Brooklyn Baumgartner, one of the all-time greats for the Bombers, I would say, on the softball diamond.
That's a ball you hang on to there,
I
right?
think so. I think so. I think that you need to keep that one. I don't know if I think maybe she should autograph it. I don't know if you think she'll have you autograph it. I mean, it's kind of your first time on the mic, her 500th career. I think it's a beautiful thing. It's
fitting.
Simpatico here.
Yep.
Anyway, we're going to take you around the horn as Baumgartner again with her 500th career strikeout. So congratulations to you, Brooklyn. But we got a game to play here and a game to win. Get us started into the postseason the right way. Abby Sabatino will be your pitcher tonight, number 23 for the Norsemen. Peyton Jeter will be the catcher. Kate Bergen will play third base. Keely Oberander will be a second baseman. Oh, where's my shortstop? Brooklyn Jondal will be playing shortstop. And Ava Corcoran will be the first baseman. Left fielder is Kennedy. It's Hadenfeld, I believe. Hadenfield. If you're listening out there, tell me if I'm right or wrong. Center fielder will be Josie Rasmus, and right fielder is Lauren Krabs. Batting leadoff, as we've seen in the 3 games I've done. She's a ton of fun to watch. Maddie Schonhorst will lead us off, the catcher for the Bombers. Just a freshman, she takes a big rip at that one. Be 0-1 here to Schonhorst. Sabatino works ahead. She rocks and fires. Bounces that one about 4 foot short. Believe you could hit it off the bounce if you wanted to, but probably not the wisest move. Big crowd here tonight, that's for sure. It's a
nice crowd.
The seats are full on the Bomber side, especially. That one misses in. It'll be 2-1 here to Schonhorst.
Baseball team has a night off tonight, right?
Yep. I
Come
see some of the baseball players out there. Some of these guys coming in, and again, it's just that's the beauty of it here. And that one will miss inside, so it's 3-1. I've been a few of the baseball games, and we haven't been calling, but been watching. And the softball girls are the same way. They come and support, so that's the beauty of a smaller school like this. Hey, there's a game going on. Let's go watch it. Schonhorst hits that one into the gap in left center. It'll fall. It'll drop in there. Schonhorst is on her horse. She'll be into second with a stand-up double. Maddie Schonhorst, the leadoff hitter for the Bombers.
Yeah, Maddie's got 12 doubles on the year.
12 doubles,
Leading
counting
the
that
team.
one, or now she's
Probably
got 13? We'll give her 13, Danny.
27, Maggie Mortensen, center fielder.
That'll bring up the center fielder, Maggie Mortensen, for the Bombers. Maggie, one of those seniors on the team here. She'll hit from the left side. She watches that one for a strike as Jeter twisted the arm over on that and painted it right in there. one bounces in there. Nice stop by Jeter to keep it in front of her. Hold Scharnhorst at second. If I remember correctly, I think Maggie had one of the only hits in that North Polk game, I believe. Senior left-handed hitter. Sabatino will deal it. Just misses outside. Count will go to 2-1 here. Beautiful evening. Got just a slight breeze, hopefully keeping the bugs off the folks. The bugs are thick as thieves with all the rain we've had. Oh, and Maggie held up on that one. That'll be low and outside, so it'll be. We check with the field ump. She said no swing, so it'll be 3-1 here to Maggie. Bomber center fielder. Maggie hits that one over the shortstop's head. That should score Scharnhorst. Scharnhorst will come in. And Mortensen will take the extra bag on the overthrow of the cutoff gal. So that'll put Mortensen at second. Her and Eddie Scharnhorst will change spots. That'll bring up the shortstop.
Great base run in there by Maggie.
Absolutely.
Identified ball was going in, so she took off to second.
You bet. Recognition, right?
Recognition.
You betcha. This will bring up the shortstop, Casey Rigby. Casey takes a big swing at that one, rips it foul down the left field. Down the third baseline, not quite left field, third base. I believe Casey's going to play college ball over at Loyola next year, I believe.
She is. 14 games this year. Played about half of them, batting 400. Very solid softball player.
Yeah, you bet. Holy Toledo, Danny.
That was gone. Foul.
Boy, that almost hit a dog over there in somebody's yard. That dog looked up. He's over there just trying to relax. I think that dog rattled the fence, or that ball rattled the dog's fence a little bit. Boy, that was a high fly ball. It's a loud foul. If she can straighten that out, that thing is gone, and it might be over there on the street. Anyway, 0-2 as Sabatino works ahead, and that'll be a called third strike for Casey Rigby.
Got her with the off speed.
Yes, she did. Kind of froze her just a little bit there.
The cleanup hitter, number 3, Avery.
Bring up third baseman Avery Phillips. Wearing number 3 tonight for the Bombers. Another one of those seniors.
A lot of these seniors playing their last home game.
Sabatino bounces that one. Ooh, and that's Mortensen that'll go in to third with a stolen base. Yeah, last home game for these girls, correct? Where do they go for postseason play, Danny? I don't know if I have that. I didn't get that.
I want to say Newton, but I would have to check.
Okay. I did in my research today, which I didn't do a ton, but enough to be dangerous. I didn't look at that. Avery's way up here 2-0. Sabatino will look to deliver. A little flare into right field. It's going to hang up just long enough, but that'll do the trick, and it should score Mortensen, but a nice throw from the right fielder out there. Lauren Krabs, wow. She put that one right on the money, but Mortensen will score, so 2-0 Bombers.
Phillips flies out for number 2. Mortensen scores on the tag up. Going to bring up pitcher Brooklyn Bombers.
Good to see a quick lead tonight. First couple games we've done, it was the opposite. Hard to come back from.
Yeah, absolutely. That Boone game, it was real crooked number in the first, and then we got crooked in that North Polk game in the third, I believe. This will bring up pitcher number 1, Brooklyn Baumgartner, the senior. Bases are empty here, 2 outs. Sabatino misses with that one low and inside, 2-0 to Brooklyn. Having Rigby here tonight kind of helps with, alleviate some of the stress with Jada Landy being injured, and it kind of adjusts the batting order a little bit. So it moves everybody down and gets some girls maybe in the right spots where they should be hitting. A little less pressure on them. 2-1 will be the count here to Baumgartner. That one misses low to Brooklyn. Addie Sabatino, junior for the Norsemen. She'll rock and fire, and that'll be in there for a strike. So it'll be 3-2 to Brooklyn. The Bombers in their regular white with the red pinstripes. So when she went, but catcher dropped it. Jeter picks it up, tags Brooklyn for the third out of the inning.
Baumgartner strikes out, tagged out for out number 3 after 1 complete inning. Bombers 2, Norseman 0.
So after the bottom half of the first, the Bombers lead 2-0. There was 2 hits there. Schonhorst and Mortensen both scored. I'm not going to give them an error on the overthrow, but we could maybe technically, but we won't give them one, so there'll be no errors and no walks there in the bottom half. So, but like Danny said, Bombers lead 2-0 early in this one, which is nice to see. Danny, how was your 4th of July?
Wonderful.
Wonderful? You were up at the lake, yeah?
Up at the lake, great weather.
They do big fireworks up there?
They do.
Yeah.
Right on the water.
Oh.
Yeah, you take a boat out, you're looking right up at them.
Oh, okay.
Great.
Yeah, very nice, very nice. You know, there's a true story. But I've never been to Clear Lake on the water. I mean, I've been to Clear Lake, but never like.
You know what they have there?
For the, what's that?
Good sunsets.
Oh yeah, that's true. We did get a picture of that.
Yeah,
He's, it's not a part-time job, folks. He's on it all the time. I'll tell you what. We got one when he was out in California, up in Clear Lake. He's just.
You're welcome.
Anyway, back to the action here. This will bring up right fielder Lauren Krabs. Will lead off the top half of the second. Made a nice catch out there and right, and even a better throw. Almost got Mortensen at home, but was to no avail. That one misses outside as Baumgartner starts her off with a ball. 1-0 here. Krabs is just an 8th grader. Youth all over the place for both teams. That one's popped up to left field. Kenneth Zimmerman's got a beat on it. Rigby's out there, but it drops in there for a foul ball.
Krabs in 8th grade, but played all 29 games this year for the varsity.
Well, we've
good
got
experience.
Yeah, it is. We've got a few like that on our side as well. So that's good experience, and that there may be a little bit of lack of numbers, but to play in all 29, you got to be pretty darn good. That one misses inside. Krabs didn't even flinch. 2-1. Looked a little closer than it was from up here. Norseman got these kind of black and gray tops with the white pants with a stripe down the side. That one misses outside, so it'll be 3-1 here to the right fielder. Just an 8th grader, Lauren Krabs.
I like the black stirrups with the white pants. It's nice.
Yeah, yeah. That'll be strike 2 on Krabs. It's funny to watch because there's a lot of full counts, but we don't see a lot of walks. We've seen some of them, but we haven't seen not tonight, and we've seen some, but that one right on cue. Right as I say that, she walks the leadoff hitter, Lauren Krabs. So Krabs will go to first with the walk. Close your mouth, Tim. Just don't jinx it. That's I'll take that one. This will be Ava Corcoran, the first baseman, number 15. She's a junior. Brooklyn misses that one high and outside. 1-0. I will tell you, the sun, as it sits in the west, as we all know, we're familiar with. If you've ever watched a broadcast, we do know that. But it is a booger for some of these infielders on that right side. I empathize a little bit with Afton Holmes over there at first. Actually went down to Norwalk on Saturday and watched some of the Ballard Baseball Club boys play. And Afton's got a little brother on that team. Oh, and I think she got her. Oh, boy, that was close. Another snap throw from Schonhorst as Hallie Gardner snuck in around the backside and almost got her on the tag as she was a little too far off there.
Maddie's getting good at sensing those.
Yeah, I agree.
She knows when to throw that down there.
And she doesn't waste any time. She just snaps her down there. That one's fouled out of play. Speaking of Afton Holmes, that was her dad, Matt, over there, who just dropped that one. 1-2 here to the first baseman. I believe it's Corcoran. Is that how you'd say that?
We'll go with that.
Okay.
I like it.
Gardner rock and fire. Corcoran fouls that one back. 1-2. Brooklyn way ahead in the count. Again, if you're just tuning in, Brooklyn struck out 2 in the first for number 499 and number 500 for her career. So if you tuned in late, you missed a lot of action early. Oh, and she'll swing, and she'll, I believe the base was occupied, but maybe that's not a thing. Must not be. That'll be a strikeout, though, as they'll get Corcoran swinging. Sean Horsch recovered, but we gave up the base as Krabs goes to second, so it'll be the first out of the inning. Bring up the designated player, number 12, Maddie Berggren. Maddie just a sophomore. Assuming she's related to the third baseman, Kate. She's kind of got that little running motion as she kind of starts in the back of the box, wants to do that slap hit, I believe that's what they call it. Slap hit, slap bunt. It's a masterful thing.
Just 3 at-bats on the year for Maddie. 2 games played.
She swings through that one, so quickly down 0-2 here to the Ballard ace, Brooklyn Baumgartner. 0-2. You think she climbs the ladder here, Danny, or do we go off speed?
I'd go high.
Yeah, I would too. You're both wrong. She went low and away. Good contingency of fans out here tonight, but a beautiful evening at the ballpark. Brooklyn rocks and fires, and Berggren swings through that one. Second out of the inning and second strikeout of the inning. The 4th for the game for Baumgartner. We have the center fielder, Josie Ramos, number 14. She's a junior for the Norsemen. .262 on the year, I believe. She swings and misses at that one. Kind of work on that slap hit, I feel like, here. Brooklyn looks at the wristband, rocks and fires. That one's popped up right over there to third baseman Avery Phillips. Can of corn. That'll be the 3rd out of the inning. Leadoff hitter reached on the walk, but no harm, no foul as the Bombers get out of the inning with the lazy fly ball to the third baseman.
Do we need to talk about your 4th of July?
You know, Danny, it was, I was just around town here.
Okay.
Enjoyed the fireworks over at Slater on the 3rd. Had some family come down and enjoyed the parade over in Slater on the 4th. They do a nice job over there at Slater with the 4th of July festivities. It was actually my first time really partaking in any of that.
Did you get to see the helicopter on the baseball field?
I did not see the helicopter on the baseball. I saw the helicopter overhead.
Okay.
I saw it flying around, but I did not go and see it on the baseball field, which is probably a wise decision by me. But then I had a nice little pool day. I had some friends invite us over for a pool, and then we watched the fireworks here in Huxley, and it was a grandioso day. Long holiday weekend, though.
You got good friends.
It was nice. I do. Yeah, it was nice.
You haven't put a pool in yet?
No. I'm waiting for I'm waiting for some of the folks in the cul-de-sac across the way to maybe. Well, one of them does already, and I've been invited over there. But
you know what's better than a pool, right?
What's that? A friend that has one. It's kind of like a boat. Yeah, exactly.
Exactly.
That'll bring up for the Bombers here, first baseman number 15, Afton Holmes, just an 8th grader. Speak of getting experience, Afton has gotten a ton this season. And I wouldn't say she's torn the cover off the ball from when I've been here and calling the games, but she has had some really good at-bats, and I know that probably doesn't mean much to most, but for an 8th grader in varsity competition, she's definitely held her own. Sabatino rock and fire, a little off speed, kind of a change-up from Addie Sabatino. It'll be 2-1 here to Holmes, the Bomber first baseman. Sabatino will rock. Holmes Hits that one down the left side. Foul territory. Even the count at 2-2. Heads up in the crowd here. Oh, nice catch over there by the Mr. Josh Cruz with a nice hand. Stole that one right away from Mr. Heller down there. Nice catch. If that was Savannah Bananas game, that'd be an out. Thank goodness it's not. 2-2 here to Holmes. Sabatino skips that one in, so it'll be ball 3, full count. It's kind of the blessing and the curse is not having a lot of numbers, which the Bombers don't. They don't have a lot of upperclassmen, but these underclassmen are getting a ton of experience, and Holmes fouls, just gets a piece of that one. Jeter may have taken that one off the arm or the wrist there. She kind of, umpire does her a solid, cleans the plate, gives her a little time. A little courtesy. Umpires, and the home plate umpire and the catchers, they take care of themselves. I don't know if we're still live or not, but that'll be a ball to Holmes, and that'll be ball 4. Executive producer Dan Inkster may have got a little overzealous tonight by trying to do it all, but we sure appreciate him. So Holmes draws the leadoff walk. That'll bring up the second baseman, Hallie Gardner. Hallie, just a freshman. Big rip at that one. Catches a piece. It'll be a foul ball. Holmes will have to go back to first.
Getting some feedback. We're a little quiet, so.
Oh, we're a little quiet? Okay.
Play with some things for a while here.
Okay, if we need to turn the mic up, that's fair. Sabatino will rock and fire, and Gardner lays down the bunt. It was a good one, does her job. Holmes to second, Gardner out at first.
Gardner lays down the sacrifice bunt route number 1. Going to bring up Kenna Zimmerman, left fielder.
The first out of the inning is Gardner sacrifices. Gives herself up for the out, so Holmes is at second. They'll bring up the left fielder, Kenna Zimmerman. Kind of hits that one to the shortstop. Nice bounce. She'll throw her out at first, so that'll be 6-3 on the putout for the second out of the inning. First pitch swinging there from Kenna. That'll bring up the freshman right fielder, number 22, Olivia Waka. All right, Olivia, here we go. Trade places with your 8th grade counterpart, Holmes, at second. And there's a off-speed pitch for a called strike, so it'll be 0-1 to Waka. Maybe it takes a big cut at that one, fouls it off. Over there towards Maddie Schonhorst in the on-deck circle. Walk it down, deep hole, 0-2 here. See what Sabatino dials up. Walker did a nice job staying back on that one. Over to the third baseman. She'll fire it across the diamond. Nice play there from Kate Berggren.
Walker runs out to number 3 after 2 complete innings. Ballard 2.
The Bombers had something cooking early with Holmes with the leadoff walk, but to no avail. So after 2 complete, Bombers lead 2-0. Well, folks, I'd be remiss if we didn't mention our key sponsor, main sponsor, Flight Bar and Grill. I actually ate at Flight Bar and Grill twice over the holiday weekend. My brother and sister-in-law were down from South Dakota. We went on Wednesday evening, had the wings, Wing Wednesday. They were delicious.
Bone-in?
Bone-in,
okay,
yeah, bone-in. And then we went back on Friday because they'd had to have the burger. So, and my brother was very impressed with the burger. So, Matt and Marianne, those folks over there at Flight Bar and Grill, north on Highway 69 to the west. Can't miss it. But if you get a chance, stop in there. They have been gracious to us with their resources, their time, and they've listened to basically every idea we've had and allowed us to kind of do what we would like. I don't know if they've told us no. Maybe in a little piece here or there, but they've been pretty open to growing the network, and they've been great. That's where we have our flyby shows. We're hoping to get that thing started back up here in August, and be on the lookout for that on our Facebook page and Twitter and things like that. But, again, thank you to Matt and Marianne, Flight Bar and Grill. If you get a chance, folks, stop in there.
If you're watching from Story City, well worth the trip.
Yes, well worth the trip. Take the 22-minute drive down here and have yourself a burger. And they've got all kinds of things on tap and a great selections of bourbons and whiskeys. It's a neat place to come and bring the family.
22 minutes?
I'm guessing. Is it 22? What do you think?
No idea.
I don't know. I mean, it won't be when the road construction comes. Why don't you Google that? Give it a Google, Danny. This will bring up the left fielder, number 5, Kennedy Hadenfield. She'll swing through that one, 0-2 the count. I'll go under 25 minutes. How's that sound?
It's only 20.
Only 20, so I was over on 22. Okay, well, then that's
minutes.
More of a reason for the folks from Story City to come down. Only a 20-minute drive. I'm right down 35, take 30 over, right down 69, can't miss it. Got to pull into the fairway parking lot, though. Some people have missed it. That's true. And we see that. 1-2 the count here. The left fielder. Baumgartner misses with that one high, 2-2. Outfield grass looks pretty decent out there. Danny, how's your lawn coming along? It's been raining like crazy.
It's growing too fast.
Yeah, I'm with you there. I've mowed twice in 5 days, and I just got to push more. You got to push more, or you got a rider?
I got a rider.
Oh, you got a rider.
You want to borrow it?
No. No.
Sure?
Oh, I'm sure. No, I need the exercise. 3-2 the count here. That'll be in there for called strike 3 as Baumgartner gets her 5th of the game.
She's dealing tonight.
Yes, she is.
She's finding spots, pitching really well.
You bet. That'll bring up the leadoff hitter, the third baseman, Kate Berggren. Berggren reached on that screwball infield single to start. Reached on the sacrifice, and then Baumgartner got the 2 back-to-back strikeouts. Oh, that one hit right off the post. Oh, and 1 the count here to Berggren. Top half of the third. Bombers lead 2-0 out here at Gary Telford Field, Huxley, Iowa. Baumgartner right back up the middle does Berggren. Brooklyn over to Holmes at first. 2 up, 2 down. 1-3 on the putout for those keeping score at home. It'll be 2 down. It'll bring up the shortstop, Brooklyn Jondal. Brooklyn just a freshman, so again, some youth on this Roland Story squad as well. Jondal pulls back the bunt. She'll hit that one right at Rigby at short. Rigby will fire that thing across the diamond to Holmes. That'll be 1 pitch and an out. Beautiful inning there for the Bombers as they go 3 up and 3 down.
8-pitch inning there, you think?
Yeah, that is what you want.
Like those.
You betcha. That is baseball talk. Greg Maddox-esque. Maybe I'll go way back for you with Lisa Fernandez. Remember that one?
Oh, yeah.
I think she was a pitcher. Michelle Smith. That was. Is softball an Olympic sport again? Speaking of that.
Did it go away?
I thought it went away, but maybe it's back with the Olympics right around the corner here, starting at the end of the month. I don't know, though. I should know that as well. Folks, I apologize. We've 0 for 2 tonight. If you're watching at home and you wanted to either send myself or Danny a text on that, if it is an Olympic sport, or put it in the chat, we'd love to have you interact with us because we're just 2 guys trying to do a mediocre job up here, and I think we're failing miserably. But we're giving our best effort. We are going in here now to the bottom half of the third, and the Bombers will roll that lineup over with the leadoff hitter, the catcher, the freshman, Maddie Schonhorst. She reached on a double and scored in the first inning.
She's the double queen, remember?
She is. She's 13. Got 13 on the season. She came in with 12, hit that one in the first. If my math is correct, she now has 13. That's impressive. It's South Dakota education coming through for you there, Danny. Sabatino will wheel and deal, and that's an off-speed pitch in there for a strike. Kind of buckled Schonhorst there a little bit. We've seen Maddie aggressive on that first pitch swinging, but that off-speed threw her for a loop. Sabatino bounces that one in there. Schonhorst barely holds off. He 1-1 the count to the freshman catcher. And he fouls that one. Looks like it almost went right between her legs. It'll be 1-2 to Scharnhorst as Sabatino continues to deal.
She likes the off speed in these positions.
Yeah, I believe you are correct there. It's 1-2. She's way up. Look for something off speed. There
Maddie
it was.
was way up in the box. Good thinking.
That one falls in front of the center fielder out there, Josie Ramus, and Scharnhorst has her second hit of the night with a single, and we did get confirmation from one of our very loyal listeners, my good old buddy Nels Nord. He said that softball is an Olympic sport, so thank you, Nels, for tuning in and helping us out with that. I'm sure your lovely wife, Rowena, had to look it up for you. Mortensen squares the bunch. He misses on that one, so Scharnhorst will stay put.
Have we named a viewer of the year yet?
We have not. I don't know. I don't know. My parents are probably watching, so I'm gonna keep my mouth shut there, Danny. I got to see. That one's ripped by Mortensen through second. Scharnhorst on her horse to third. Ramus throws it ahead to third, so Mortensen will take second as well. Bombers with something cooking here in the bottom half of the third as Scharnhorst and Mortensen back-to-back hits, and that will bring up shortstop, the three-hitter, Casey Rigby. And if she straightens that foul ball out, somebody's insurance might have to be called because there could be windows broken out there in them houses, Danny. 180 down the line. She hit that foul ball 400 feet, or maybe 250. And that is right on cue, folks. That is high. That is far.
Gone.
And that thing is out of here. That was a moon ball. She had to be with the band the Matchbox 20 because I wonder what it's like to be the rainmaker because Rigby brought the rain with that dinger. Hello, Casey Rigby with the 3-run bomb, and Bombers lead 5-0 here in the bottom of the third.
Casey batting over 400, 3 home runs now. 45 at bats.
Just
pretty
a
solid
difference maker there for the Bombers. Boy, that was prognostication at its finest there. That was. I called the left field fence at 180, and I think she hit that one probably 220.
Did it break a window, though?
No. Broken window. Kid over there hustled her down. Dog on the other side of the fence. He was fine. This will bring up third baseman Avery Phillips back to the action here. The Bombers lead 5-0. Sabatino misses low and inside with that one. Boy, she jumped all over that pitch. Woo, that was a no-doubter. 2-0 the count here to the third baseman Phillips for the Bombers. Sabatino misses low with that one. 3-0. Looks like Coach Amber Doyle is going to come out and have a conversation with Sabatino, the junior pitcher for the Norsemen. Phillips, the 4-hitter, is way up here at 3-0. Baumgartner's on deck, followed by Afton Holmes will be in the hole.
The Roland Stories pitched 3 pitchers this year. They got a freshman and an 8th grader that's also thrown some innings.
How about that? Casey Rigby hits the home run ball and then delivers it back out to the home plate umpire. All right, conversation's over with Coach Doyle and the girls. Sabatino may be a bit rattled after that 3-run homer that Rigby just hit. And I just did get confirmation that my folks are watching, so I just
Viewers of the year, then.
well, no. We're not going to be biased. We're not going to do that. But they do tune in from up there in God's country, South Dakota. 3-1 the count here. Phillips swings through that off-speed. Sabatino's got a nice off-speed pitch. It kind of just floats and hangs. It's not a knuckleball, but it has that effect on the Bomber hitters. And you mentioned earlier, Maddie Scharnhorst is way up in the box, and you can see Phillips is as well.
Yep.
Just got a piece of that one. As Sabatino's battled back here to the full count. Now it's a battle for Phillips on her hands. My dad purchased me a snowblower off of a garage sale up there in South Dakota, and the deal is he's got to bring it down. So, and she fouls that one off of her leg. I'm going to tell you, Danny, I've said this before. If that happens to me, I'm laying there in a pile, just in a heap. Call the ambulance, cart me off, probably broke my shin. Horrible pain. Horrible pain.
Yep.
Not as bad as stubbing your toe as we talked about last week. That'll be ball 4 to Phillips. So she will reach with a walk.
Phillips with the base on ball is going to bring up pitcher.
That'll bring up the number 5 hitter, number 1, Brooklyn Baumgartner. And Brooklyn's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 strikeouts tonight. That'll put her at 503 for her career, in case you're keeping track at home. One 1-0. That first one was a ball to Brooklyn. Sabatino will look to deal. That one misses low and inside. Jeter fakes the throw down there to first base. Eva Corcoran's down there. And her sunglasses on with her face mask. It'll be 2-0 here to Baumgartner, the pitcher. Brooklyn rips that one into left field. Left fielder corralled on the hop, but that's a single for Baumgartner. So first and second and nobody out here. That'll bring up the 8th grader, the first baseman, Afton Holmes. We'll have a courtesy runner out there for Brooklyn. That'll be number 20, Maddie Sievers. Maddie Sievers will come in and run for Brooklyn. Looks like we've got some changes happening here for the Norsemen. I believe Sabatino is coming off the mound. It looks like they'll bring in number 5.
8th grader Kennedy
That is
Hottenfield.
Yeah, Kennedy Hottenfield. So Kennedy was out there. We're going to have some changes here. Kennedy was in left. And it looks like number 10 went to left field, so that is Mackenzie Peterson. So Sabatino will come out.
Kennedy 1-0 on the year. Undefeated.
Undefeated.
Yep.
Thank you, Danny. That's really good analysis.
Thank you.
Wow. Hopefully Bear's tuned into this, and the contributions you're making are off the charts right now. So we've got number 10 moving to left field. That's Mackenzie Peterson will move to left. And Hoddenfeld will go to pitcher. So my only question here is, and I don't know how to score this. This would be whether we would have a better softball aficionado, because I don't know if the designated player, that would be Maddie Berggren, if she now comes out, because Hoddenfield is in the lineup as a hitter, and so Peterson comes in. So anyway, Hoddenfield. If you're listening at home, let us know if we're saying it right or wrong. We'll go with Kennedy. Just an 8th grader. So 8th grader v 8th grader versus. It's my kids say that. 1v1. Who are we versing tonight? Well, we're playing the Norsemen.
Don't say versing.
And you're facing Afton Holmes. And that one buzzes the tower. 8th grader just kind of getting their sea legs under here just a little bit. 3-0 the count. Hoddenfield will walk home, so that'll load the bases. Phillips to third. That'll be Sievers to second, who's running for Baumgartner. This will bring up Hallie Gardner, the second baseman for the Bombers, as she laid down a sacrifice bunt in her first at bat just an inning ago. Big inning brewing here for the Bombers. Allie watches that one go right down Broadway. It'll be 0-1. Allie's got a little pop in her bat if she can square it up with the barrel. Bases loaded, nobody out here. Gardner right back up the middle. Everybody froze on the line drive. And they got her at home, so it'll be a double play as Gardner hit that one right on the screws. So it's 1-3.
Just a little bit of hesitation there by Avery.
Yep, and 3. She had to freeze on the line drive was the problem. And 3-2, so that'll be the second out and the first out. So now runners on second and third with 2 down. Left fielder Kenna Zimmerman as the Bombers had something big cooking. But the Norsemen did a bang-up job turning the double play there. Heads-up play from Ava Corcoran, first baseman, throw it down here to Jeter at home and got her on the slide. Kind of fouls that one off of herself. It'll be 1-1. So the freshman comes in, the line drive right back at her and gets the double play ball. But as Danny mentioned earlier, she is undefeated on the year. Bombers lead 5-0 here in the bottom of the third as they've scored 2 in the first, 3 in the third so far, second and third. Zimmerman up 2-1 the count. She flails that one down the right side. It'll be just foul. Maddie Sievers was on her horse, crossed home plate. She'll have to go back. It'll be 2-2. Deuces are wild. If you ever played that game, Danny, Deuces Wild, that's a fun one. That one misses outside. That'll take the count to full to Zimmerman here. Zimmerman just a freshman for the Bombers. She rips that one just out of the reach of the second baseman. That's going to score 2. Nice piece of 2-out hitting as Zimmerman's going to try to take second on the overthrow. She does. So Kenna will have a 2 RBI single. Will take second on the overthrow, so that will score Maddie Sievers, who was in for Baumgartner. Afton Holmes will score.
Good to see Kenna get a good hit
you
there.
You betcha. Good piece of hitting, hit it right where they weren't. That'll bring up right fielder, 8th grader Olivia Waka. That one misses high and outside. Is it Hodneyfield? Kennedy Hodneyfield. Hodneyfield. Anyway, this 8th grader can bring it. She's got some smoke on it. She knows what she's doing out there. Good motion. That one just misses. As that's Kenna Zimmerman on second, who came up with a huge 2-out single to score 2 as the Bombers lead 7-0 here in the bottom of the third. Waka hits that one in the gap. Fielded cleanly by the left fielder. That's Peterson out there. She just came in, but Waka will roll the lineup over again. Zimmerman to third, Waka to first. It'll bring up Maddie Schanhorst, the leadoff hitter and the catcher, as she's the one that got this party started to begin with, Dan.
It's always nice to bat through the order.
You bet. Spoken, that is, I'll tell you what, folks, that's incredible analysis right there. Maddie right on cue rips that one dead straight away center on the hop. She fields it. Waka to second. That'll score Zimmerman as the Bombers stay hot. Schanhorst with her third hit of the game.
3 for 3 on the night.
Whew. In the words of Klinger from MASH, holy Toledo Mud Hens. You a MASH guy, Danny?
No.
You never watched MASH.
I've seen it. Not a fan.
Folks,
hey, we got our first viewer question here while
okay.
we got a break.
Sure, yeah. What is it? Okay.
We're going back to last game.
Okay.
You guys called. So did Brock ever try a Fig Newton? Do we
that
know
is
the answer?
That is an unbelievably great question. We have not confirmed that as of yet, but we'll
work on some confirmation here.
That one's popped up here by Mortensen, and that'll be fielded by the shortstop as Maggie Mortensen pops up. So it'll be F6 on that one for the third out of the inning. But the Bombers do not go quietly in that one as they score 6 in the bottom of the third on 1, 2, 3, 4 hits, a couple of walks. But a huge inning there for the Bombers as they lead 8-0 going into the top of the fourth inning. Now we'll probably have to send Bear a text and see if we can't see if that happened. And whoever that listener was, we appreciate that because we know that you were listening. Hopefully they had some good conversation about that. Looks like we got a new pitcher in here for the Bombers. This will be the Avery Phillips will come in. She was at third. So Brooklyn Baumgartner will go to first base. This is a scorekeeper's nightmare, mind you, Danny. This is not my favoriteest thing to do here. But it'll take Rigby to third. And it'll take Baumgartner to first. Phillips from third to pitch. Hallie Gardner from second to short. I feel like I'm doing the who's on first bit here. I don't know. Third base. I've done that before. Waka stays in right. But now we've got number 44 in at second base for the Bombers. Is that Jada Landy? So Jada Landy will come in to play second base.
Maggie in center.
Maggie in center. Did we replace somebody? Is my only.
I think Kenna on left.
Yeah, it is. So we shuffled around. Waka's in right. I'm throwing myself for a curveball here now, Danny. I'm overthinking this. I know that. So to set the table for you here, to be Avery Phillips pitching for the Bombers. Maddie Schonhorst behind the dish. Casey Rigby moves to third. Hallie Gardner to short. Jada Landy checks in to second base. Brooklyn Baumgartner goes to first.
Afton Holmes, was she in?
Afton Holmes, yes. Afton Holmes is the one that has been replaced. That's a strike there from Avery Phillips to the opposing catcher Peyton Jeter to lead off the fourth inning. Thank you, Danny. Whew. So Landy will hit in Holmes' spot, I believe. But I believe Holmes can re-enter, possibly. That's a called ball, so it'll be 1-1. Back to the action here. So, yes. So around the infield, it's Rigby at third, Gardner at short, Landy at second, Baumgartner at first. Phillips on the mound, Schonhorst catching. That one's fouled off. Zimmerman in left, Mortensen in center, and Waka in right. So Afton Holmes was who we were missing. It's 1-2 the count here to Peyton Jeter. She's not wearing number 2, but she is playing position number 2. Derek Jeter wore number 2, Danny.
Thank you.
You're welcome. She swings through that off speed. Avery Phillips gets the strikeout. Nice off speed there. That'll bring up the second baseman, Keely Oberander. She struck out in that first inning as she was actually a career strikeout number 500 for you trivia fans out there. Bomber trivia. Phillips checks the armband. She delivers here to Oberander, the second baseman. Nice to see Jada Landy back out there. Oberander kind of looks like she's squared a bunt, pulls it back, fouls that one out of play, heads up over here. Danny, I assume you've had a Fig Newton as we approach that question again. Okay, I knew you had.
Multiple flavors.
Yes, okay, good. That's good. I did see that's ball high there to Oberander. I did see they have like 82 new foods at the Iowa State Fair coming up here in a
No fig
Little
Newtons,
over a
though.
month.
I did not see fig
I didn't
Newtons
see that
the
on the list. I bet you could find one around there somewhere. It's probably deep fried and something, though, with like bacon and jalapenos on it or something.
Some gravy.
That one, ooh, gravy. Ooh, boy, that made my stomach gargle. 3-1 the count here. And Danny, we're well into, we're just at that 48-hour mark on the fast right now, so we're doing okay.
You don't seem too growly.
No, that first 47 is always the toughest, I feel like. It's not fun. 3-1 here as Phillips deals to Oberander, the second baseman. That'll miss inside, so Oberander will draw the walk. Avery Phillips struck out Peyton Jeter to lead off the inning, but Oberander will reach on the walk. Bring up the right fielder, number 7, Lauren Krabs, just an 8th grader. She had that nice catch out there in right field and that good throw into home. Didn't quite get Mortensen, but it was a play at the plate. Phillips taking direction from the bench over there for Coach Richards. Baumgartner at first. She looks to kind of charge. And that ball just misses low and outside. Avery wanted that one. Kudos to Casey Rigby over here playing third base, no face mask on. Just right up the line. Doesn't even phase her one bit. That one misses low and outside again, so Avery's got to get it just dialed back over a little bit. Anyway, what's your go-to snack food, like your Hostess, that type of thing, your sugary sweet snack food? Not candy bars, nothing like that. I'm talking like your moon pies, your Twinkies, your Ho-Hos.
Oh, it's got to be the Nutty Bar, right?
The Nutty Bar. You're a peanut butter guy?
Oh, yeah.
I'm a peanut butter guy. You put peanut butter on a lot of stuff.
And you got to eat the Nutty Bar right.
I understand what that means.
You go layer by layer. You don't just chomp into the thing.
You peel back the layers of the Nutty Bar?
Yes.
That's the nuttiest thing I've heard tonight.
Yes.
You're welcome, folks.
Yes.
I don't even. I want
a Nutty Bar.
I have had a Nutty Bar, but I want to watch you eat a Nutty Bar.
Oh. It'll change your life.
No pitch. I think we had something there as we called no pitch, maybe a balk. Umpire's trying to explain to Avery what happened there. And I don't know what the exact correct term is, but it's Oberander went to second base on that, so.
Gave a ball, got the walk for the batter.
Yeah. So Krabs will reach. So there's one out. Runners on first and second to bring up Ava Corcoran, the first baseman. So Avery started off the inning with a bang with the strikeout, but got herself in a little bit of trouble. Ground ball would cure what ails you. Right there, back up the middle, get 2. Nope, takes it to 1, gets the easy one. Baumgartner fires it across. 1-3 on the putout. Could have maybe got 2, didn't want it. Out's more important. 2 down here. That'll bring up. This will bring up Maddie Berggren, number 12, as she struck out her first time up in the second inning. 2 down, second and third here for the Norsemen as Avery Phillips got a strikeout and a ground out. Looking to get that precious third one of the inning. Good pitch there. Nice job framing that one by the freshman Maddie Schanhorst.
I got you pegged as a Swiss cake roll guy. Is that?
I'm going to tell you right now that is an out of this world guess, but there's a caveat to that Swiss cake roll.
You like wrap a cream pie around?
No, we're not talking diabetes in a can here. So that's a ground out from Berggren as we're going to broach this conversation again. 1-3 there as Phillips gets out of the jam. So after 4 complete, the Bombers lead 8-0. After 4.5, 3.5, Bombers lead 8-0 here as we go into the bottom of the 4th. But I do need to mention, though, before we go back to this Swiss cake roll debacle that we found ourselves in. Huge shout out to the Ballard Booster Club. President Russ Zimmerman was up here in the booth earlier. He's always so gracious. I always ask if we need anything. But the real story behind this is that they are a key cog in what we do with the Ballard Network and what Ballard Athletics is all about. They provide tons and tons of resources for all the student athletes at all levels. They do a great job helping us out with some of the huddle subscriptions and things like that. Very cordial to work with, but they do a lot of fundraisers throughout the year. And they really try to make Ballard Athletics a great program, and they do a bang-up job. There's a lot of folks. There's quite a few folks on the board, but get a lot of community support. And we'll, as we continue on to do the network, we'll usually have a QR code you can scan and become a member. But it's they have monthly meetings. They're always looking for fresh new ideas. So hats off to the Ballard Booster Club, and we appreciate all the help they give us at the network, but especially specifically to the Ballard Community Schools athletes. This will bring up Rigby.
We're about 30 days out of membership drive here. So.
Yep. We're getting into that. Fall's right around the corner, Danny. It's kind of crazy to think about. Rigby check swing, oops it to the second baseman. She bobbles it. Rigby's going to beat it out at first. Nope, they galled her out as Casey, half of that home run, kind of had a hiccup there. And she grounds it out 4-3 on the putout. So that'll be the first out of the inning as Casey hit that 3-run bomb in the last inning in the third, but grounds out. And that'll bring up Avery Phillips. Now the pitcher. She'll ground to the shortstop. Ooh, takes that one off of her offhand. Good stretch over there from Ava Cochran. It'll be 6-3 on the putout. That's 2 pitches and 2 outs. This will bring up the number 5 hitter, the now playing first base, number 1 Brooklyn Baumgartner, the senior.
Got to give some props to the 8th grader coming in here.
She's
coming
really
really well.
She is. She's throwing some good strikes, consistent around the zone. Bright future for this girl. Keep our eyes on her as she's.
I don't remember what I was doing in 8th grade, but I'm pretty sure I wasn't ready to pitch a varsity game.
No, I don't know if I was. But that one is hit high, way back there, and that's the center fielder Ramus. Josie Ramus hauls that one in, and that was a 4-pitch inning for Heidenfeld. So it'll be fly out to the center fielder for the third out of the inning. 3 up, 3 down. Good inning there for the Norsemen. Just what the doctor ordered. After 4 complete, the Bombers lead 8-0.
Was able to confirm Newton on Thursday, 7 o'clock.
Newton on Thursday, 7 o'clock for the softball team. And I believe the baseball team is home in Slater on Friday
against ADM.
7 o'clock against ADM, against the ADM Tigers. Oh, another Raccoon River team. Daniel, let's go back to the important thing here on this Swiss roll.
So I had it right, Swiss roll.
Well, it's not. I mean, I vary. But the thing with these sweets is that temperature is a really important part for me.
You like the cold.
Yes.
Swiss roll.
So not so much frozen.
I like the
but right
refrigerator.
Yes,
Swiss roll.
refrigerated
Perfect.
Swiss roll. There's something about it. Now, if you give me a semi-frozen Uncrustable, like I can get behind that as well. Like that's the PB&J, the Uncrustable.
Said every 4-year-old.
Danny, you do not pass the judgment here.
Okay.
I thought we were really having a moment.
Have you had a cold Nutty Bar?
No, I don't know if I have. And I like peanut butter.
Yeah.
I put peanut butter on just about everything.
Try
My
it.
family
Take that
makes.
top layer off.
I can't. Do you have to peel it off? Is this like with a knife
you do
or
with your teeth.
with your teeth?
Yeah.
See, now I'm a glutton for punishment. We're gonna bring Fig Newtons and Nutty Bars the next time we're on
got an
air,
update
folks.
from Brock here too, so we'll give that in a minute.
Okay, good. I'm glad he's tuned in. That one swiped into right field by Josie Ramus, who just had that nice catch in center. So you go, Josie. Nice hit there. Lead off the inning. Brock, I am keeping track in the right spots here in the scorebook. So it is the top half of the 5th. This will bring up. Okay, this will not bring up Kennedy Haydenfeld. This is number 18.
This is Jenna Birkeland, not the
Jenna
Ballard
Birkeland.
freshman Jenna Birkeland. This is the Roland Story.
Jenna Birkeland.
Yeah. She's one of your neighbors.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, thank you, Danny. I thought that name sounded familiar. What's the update on Bear?
Bear says he has not had a Fig Newton yet. He is going to try one live on the air at the first football game this year.
Okay.
There you
Folks, if that isn't the motivation for tuning in, I don't know what is here. This will bring up Jenna Birkeland, the freshman here.
Second at-bat on the year.
She's hitting for, it looks like Kennedy Hadenfeld, the pitcher. So, 18 Birkeland. She swung and missed at that first one. That one gets away from Maddie Schonhorst, and that will advance Ramus down to second. Maddie wishes she had that one back. Don't see that very often out of the freshman behind the plate.
Yeah, she's been really solid back there all year long.
She's got 3 hits tonight. And kind of a catalyst in that leadoff spot is just a freshman. Bright future here for a lot of these young ladies on the field. Phillips deals that one a swing and a miss. Merkland's down 1-2 here as Phillips works ahead. Runner on second is Josie Ramus, who had that leadoff single. Half inning before, she had a nice catch out there in deep center field from Brooklyn Baumgartner's shot. That'll be a strikeout. Brooklyn goes down swinging for the first out of the inning. This will bring up leadoff hitter Kate Berggren. Had a nice play over there at third base.
Great third pitch strikeout there. High outside with some heat. Possible to hit.
Struck her out on her pitch, you would say, right? On Avery's pitch. Boy, she's got her dialed in right now. You nailed that one, Dan. Absolutely. How do you feel about cookies, Danny? I mean, are you a cookie guy? I'm not a big Oreo guy. I feel like they taste like chalk.
Not a big Oreo guy.
No, I'm more of a homemade chocolate chip cookie. My mom makes
I like a good chocolate chip cookie.
Homemade chocolate chip cookies.
Does.
Yeah, I'm telling you, they're, and I don't think they can be duplicated. 0-2 the count here to Berggren. I'm biased.
Refrigerator or?
No.
Okay.
Just out of the oven about 5 to 6 minutes with a glass of milk. Yep.
But you like Little Debbie's cold.
Correct.
Okay.
Yep. I know. Boy, you just put me right on the spot there.
Okay.
But that is a fact. And a glass of milk, and no more than 3 at a time.
Every day?
No.
Hour?
Just usually when they're fresh out of the oven, and then I usually have my 3 when I was a kid. And that's a strikeout there from Phillips as we have the wheels have fallen off here, folks. That's a strikeout. That'll be the second out of the inning. It'll bring up the shortstop, Brooklyn Jondal, as Phillips has battled back here, gave up that leadoff single. And Ramus is still on second. Back-to-back strikeouts for Avery Phillips, the senior on the mound. That one misses inside. Big lead from Ramus, and there's Gardner out there. Landy were converging. Schonhorst with a quick release. Kind of looks like, remember old Pudge Rodriguez, the catcher for the Rangers and the Tigers? And
yep.
Boy, just a quick release. Benito Santiago, there was a guy that could play catcher. Padres. I think he won a World Series. Did he win a World Series with the Marlins? That one's fouled off. Bry Jondal. What's your go-to cookie then? Is it just chocolate chip, or are you like a butterscotch or a...
I like chocolate chip. I might go snickerdoodle on you.
Oh, boy. Yeah, and nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with sugar. I can get behind a decent sugar cookie, but I'm telling you, it's got to be somewhat warm. Again, that one's fouled off, out of play, as Jondal goes down 1-2 as Phillips continues to work quickly and is doing a very fine job in relief here of Baumgartner.
Do you only eat your mom's cookies, or?
No. I mean, I like the Chips Ahoy. If I'm going to go with the Chips Ahoy, it's got to be the soft kind. I don't like the hard kind. It's not my favorite. Tastes like chalk. Doesn't feel good in my mouth. That one's hit at Gardner. She'll fire it across to the big target over there, Baumgartner, and she will get Jondal. So 6-3. And I will tell you what, that is a nice thing to be able to have, to throw that ball, unleash it, and be able to throw it high when you've got somebody that's 6'2" over there on first base. Nice play there from Gardner as the Bombers get out of that one unscathed. Give up a leadoff single. Back-to-back strikeouts and a ground ball out will end the top half of the fifth. So that will bring up in the bottom half of the fifth inning here for the Bombers. I'm not exactly sure because Afton Holmes was my original hitter. Landy checked in. I don't know if Landy's going to hit or if it'll be Holmes. We'll see.
Fans for what you have done this year, your support. And on behalf of Ballard High School, we want to send out a big thank you to a man that we never want to see, but his services are well thought of and well thanked. Ladies and gentlemen, about a nice hand for Mr. Jordan Hayes, the Ballard trainer.
Jordan Hayes getting a round of applause.
Very nice.
Very nice. Very nice for Jordan.
See Jordan at every single Ballard event.
Yeah. He is here. And we see him, but we don't always like to see him. We see him on the sidelines, but usually if we have to see him during the action, it's probably not something great. But he has done a good job.
Ton of behind-the-scenes work, too.
Yeah,
during
absolutely.
The school day.
So Jada Landy will hit for Afton Holmes. So Landy just a sophomore.
44, Jada Landy.
Team leading 3 home runs on the year.
Okay. See if she
I
can't
guess
put
Casey
in
has 3 now with that third.
See if she can't put a charge into one. Yeah, looks like Haddonville got her. She got her hand caught in the cookie jar there. As we continue on. Boy, we kind of went down a rabbit hole of sweets, and I'm not a big sweets guy, but the peanut butter thing, I put peanut butter on my eggs. You do that at all? He's looking at me like I'm crazy. Landy rips that one down to third. She hit that one on the screws, but it was right at third baseman.
I'll go waffles. Peanut butter on the waffles.
Kate Bergen? Yeah. Peanut butter on the pancakes. I can
Not
get
on the
behind that.
eggs.
Okay.
Not on.
Okay.
No.
Okay.
No way.
Not on the eggs?
No.
What? Why not? Have you got on to the, speaking of food, looks like we've got a pinch hitter here for Hallie Gardner. This will bring up 32. Kylie Chambers will be hitting for Hallie Gardner.
Batting for the Bombers, Kylie Chambers.
Have you got on this craze, this cottage cheese craze?
No.
You can do about anything with cottage cheese now, and I like cottage cheese. So I like to have eggs with cottage cheese in them, stir them together. Scrambled eggs with cottage cheese. I'm telling you, it's a delicacy, folks.
I think my daughter did that a few weeks ago.
Yeah,
it was
high
a TikTok
protein.
trend. Are you on the TikTok?
I'm not on the TikTok, Danny. I don't have TikTok.
You're getting this from TikTok.
No.
Peanut butter on your eggs.
No, I am on Instagram. I do like a good reel every once in a while, but I do
Cold Swiss cake rolls. These are all TikTok trends.
These are Tim
TikTok trends.
TikTok trends. Let's not ever say that again. We will be off the air in no time. 1-1 the count here to Kylie Chambers, the freshman who's hitting for Hallie Gardner. Oh, and there's an off speed there from Haddonfeld. Beautiful pitch there from the 8th grader. Chambers wanted to swing at that one, couldn't make herself do it, but was called strike. So it'll be 1-2 the count here to Kylie. This 8th grader has been impressive.
Slow pitch softball men's league pitch there.
Yeah, just kind of the floater. Yeah,
down.
like the Henry Rowan Gardner.
There you go.
Yeah, on the Rookie of the Year, right? Rosenberger. Gardenhoser. Anyway, that one misses high and outside, so Kylie's worked the count to full here. It's 3-2, 1 out. The people at home watching are going, are you kidding me with these guys? It's 8-0, folks. We're trying to keep you here. That one's fouled off. 1 out here as we...
Speaking of peanut butter.
Yeah.
It's almost tomato season. Do you ever try the peanut butter and tomato sandwich?
No, but I will.
Okay.
That sounds delectable to me, actually.
It is.
So on regular bread, as Chambers draws the walk.
Regular bread.
Okay. Do you toast the bread?
It'll change your life. It's got to be a tomato like out of a garden, though. I mean, don't.
Sure. Looks like we've got another new hitter here. This will be Cara Lewis will be hitting here for Kenna Zimmerman. Kenna had that big 2-out single that drove 2 in the 3rd inning. Do you toast the bread on that
No, you
peanut
don't.
butter? Could you, though?
You could.
How about could you go, I'm going to throw a curveball. Could you go toasted bread, peanut butter, tomato, bacon?
I thought you were going to go egg on there.
Oh, we could do that, too. We could put an egg and the bacon on there. Sounds like breakfast. Oh, we might be on to something.
I like it.
Yeah, I'll try that. That sounds good. Sounds good. I was up at Manchester a couple weeks ago, and we had some pork loin. I put a little peanut butter on the pork loin. That was delectable. It was really quite good. It's just an extra little bit of protein. I'm more of a salty guy. You know, I used to love a good salted nut roll. Yeah? You ever had that?
I have.
Yeah.
I have. I'm wondering at your party, did they have barbecue sauce, some ketchup, and then a jar of peanut butter for the pork loin, or what?
No. The kids needed peanut butter sandwiches. As Lewis
Okay.
grounds out to the pitcher, so that will be
Lewis grounds out for out number 2.
the 2nd out of the inning. 1-3 on the put out for you keeping score at home. The second out of the inning. This will bring up now another new hitter. Looks like Bryn Gallagher is standing in there as Coach Richards talks. Another 8th grader here.
8th grader, yeah.
She'll be hitting for Olivia Walker.
Second at bat on the year. Some
Okay.
girls getting some experience tonight.
Getting
That's
some
good.
ABs, you betcha. Gallagher, what a good last name. That's it doesn't. Did you ever watch that comedian Gallagher? He was the guy that used to smash the watermelons.
No.
Oh wow.
Gaffigan.
No. This
different guy.
is not even. This is Gaffigan's 25 years after Gallagher. Gallagher used to smash the watermelons and the fruit. The people in the front row, the first 5 rows, had to have a tarp on them.
From South Dakota?
No, he's not. No, Dan. No. Come on. Good night. My parents are watching. I mean, they don't. Just because I'm from South Dakota doesn't mean that's where all the crazy stuff happens. A lot of cool stuff does happen there. Let me tell you that. But as that is Chambers over there all the way over to third. Golly, just running around the bases as we're up here talking about nonsense as Bryn Gallagher is up 3-0 on the count. No, he was a stand-up comedian. I think he had like some Showtime. He was in that same era of like Super Dave Osborne. That one's in there for a strike to Bryn Gallagher. He was in that same kind of. He was pretty funny. Pretty funny guy. Guy had a Bozo the Clown haircut. That's in there. Oh, that one's just low. I thought that was in there for a strike. My apologies. Bryn Gallagher draws the walk, so that will bring up. This looks like Maddie Sievers is now going to hit for. Now we can keep the first name, just got to change the last name, and the number here, she'll hit for Maddie Schonhorst. I'm telling you, folks, you do not want to see this scorebook that I have right now because there are scratches and scribbles, and I've got notes on peanut butter and tomato sandwiches.
I say you give up at this point.
Layered nutty bar eating contest. I don't even know what's happening. It's been fun though up here tonight, Danny. You had some good conversation. Did we ever figure out what your favorite candy bar is?
Oh boy. I will go back to the. It's got to be peanut butter related.
Maddie Sievers nubs that one, just gets thrown out at first, but nice little piece of hitting there from the 8th grader.
How about a whatchamacallit?
Oh, Danny, now you're speaking my language, man. What a great name for a candy bar, too, right? Like you don't even have to remember the name, right? I mean, I'm guessing that was the marketing behind that, but yeah, I like a whatchamacallit. That was my go-to for a long time. I was a frozen Snickers guy.
Bottle of Coke and a whatchamacallit.
Oh yeah. Did you ever do the peanuts in the Coke?
No.
No, I never did that.
No.
I tried that. It's not bad. Stick some salted peanuts in the bottom of your Coke bottle. Coke out of the plastic bottle or the glass bottle?
Glass.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, right. Right. Mountain Dew out of the can or a bottle?
Oh, bottle.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow. We agree to disagree there then. I thought we were really cooking with something, and we went off the rails with that comment. I don't know what planet you're from, but how about fountain Coke or regular can of Coke?
Fountain.
Yeah, I agree there too. Yeah, I agree. Whew, wow. Frozen Snickers though, that's pretty tough
elite.
to beat.
That's
yeah,
elite.
that's upper echelon. Yeah, that's big time.
Peanut butter Snickers. You ever had one of those?
No. I don't think I have. You know a candy bar that I don't like, but I like part of the candy bar on its own is an Almond Joy. My dad loves Almond Joys, and he would bring those things on fishing trips, and he knew that he was the only one that would eat them.
You like the mounds?
No.
Without the almond on it?
No, I don't like. I like almonds.
Oh.
But I don't like the coconut. It's gross. I'm just going to tell you that right now. Peyton Jeter, the catcher's up here. Sorry, folks. We've really got off a tangent. Bombers lead 8-0. Phillips is still on the mound. Peyton Jeter is up. 1-0 the count. The sun's going down behind us. That'll be a called strike there to Jeter, the catcher. She's 0 for 2 on the night with 2 strikeouts. Avery Phillips has done a nice job coming in here. Oh, he's looking out the window. Looks like we got
one.
some storm clouds brewing up out there. We do not need more rain right now, I'll tell you that. Jeter swings through that one. Nice pitch there from Avery Phillips. Bombers have looked sharp tonight, thrown up a crooked number in the third with those 6 runs, and really fueled by the leadoff hitter Scharnhorst and then the 3-run homer from Rigby. But we mentioned it earlier, Ken Zimmerman with a nice 2-out single to drive in some extras. 1-2 the count here to Peyton Jeter, the catcher. Just a junior for the Norsemen, so a lot of returning players for the Norsemen next year. Jeter fouls that one back into the screen.
I'd like to see a game like this for the Bombers going into Thursday.
Yeah, you sure do.
Confidence builder.
You bet. You bet. And nice to see Rigby back here with us. I know she's been traveling around playing some ball, and Landy's back out there, so it allows some, like I said, allows Coach Richards to maybe do a few more things with the batting order and position-wise and things like that. So always nice to have numbers. And if you're clicking at the right time of the year, you never know what can happen, Danny. Brooklyn looked sharp tonight, I thought, as well. Phillips bounces that one in, so she was way up and 1-2. It'll now be full count here. His third baseman, Casey Rigby, goes over, gives Phillips a little encouragement. Throw a strike. We got your back, she says. Rigby at third, Gardner at short, Landy at second, Baumgartner at first. Jeter lives to see another one. Phillips on the mound and Scharnhorst behind the plate. I don't know if we did some wholesale changing in the outfield or not. Wonka's still out there and right, but that'll be a called strike 3 as Jeter will go down looking. That'll be the 3rd strikeout of the game for her.
Jeter strikes out for out.
Kenna in left still.
Kenna's still out there in left. It looks like Mortensen or is that still looks like Maggie out there in center, I think. So the outfield is still intact. This will bring up second baseman Keely Oberander. He's 0 for 1 with a walk today and a strikeout. Oh. Danny turning on the lights on us up here. I didn't even know we had lights in here. But boy, I'll tell you what, this crow's nest is something to be held. I get comfortable in here. I need to bring taller stools next year so I can have a seat, maybe swivel around. A little more fun.
Your face was about an inch from that paper, so I thought you might like light.
Thank you. That one gobbles Rigby up. She'll fire it across, and that'll be an error on third baseman Casey Rigby as Oberander put that one into play. So it'll be E5. She'll reach on the air. They'll bring up the right fielder, just the 8th grader Lauren Krabs. You don't see Rigby make that play very often, but she fired it across the diamond to no avail. Yeah, I was kind of getting down there, wasn't I? But the light sure helps me. It's my old eyes, Dan. I'm not getting any younger. Well, I could go for a nice frozen Snickers right now. But we're going to stay strong with it, Danny. We're going to stay strong. Ooh, that one's fouled straight back here.
What's the first meal coming off the old fast here?
I don't know. It's probably going to be some sort of a chicken-based meal.
Chicken-based.
Something, yeah, just something
peanut butter
kind
and
of
chicken
calm.
sandwich.
It could be. I do enjoy a nice peanut butter and chicken wrap.
Does Flight have a peanut butter burger?
I don't know if they do. I don't think they put peanut butter on. That one's foul up and out of play.
Could be the Timmy Trumpet burger.
Oh, boy. Ooh, man.
Throw a couple of Fig Newtons on one.
I don't think I want to do that.
No?
I don't know if the Fig Newtons and the peanut butter. On the burger. But yeah, I could get behind a peanut butter burger of some sort.
Wish we knew somebody at Flight.
Yeah, it'd be nice if we could pull a few strings there and see what happens. Maybe it's a deal where we get enough people at the flyby show. There's some attendance things and marketing, man. We just got to market it the right way, right?
Mm-hmm.
1-2 the count here to the right fielder, Lauren Krabs. 1 out. That one misses low and away as we're in the top of the 6th here. Krabs just an 8th grader. That's Keely Oberander on first as she reached on the air. Phillips deals. That one's popped up to Hallie Gardner. She calls it. Nice play there from Hallie. So it'll be a fly out to the shortstop for the 2nd out of the inning.
Trying to count how many 8th graders we've had play tonight
Ava
on both
Corcoran.
teams. I think we're getting close to double digits.
I think we are too with getting some of those at bats. I agree. There was, well, we've seen 2 for sure from Roland Story, and we've seen all of ours. So 3, 4, we haven't seen Zoe Wilson. I don't know if she's a Bryn Gallagher. Yeah, we've seen, I think we are approaching 9 for sure. There's an off speed there from Phillips as Ava Corcoran swung through that one. 0-2 is the count here. 2 outs. Top half of the 6th inning. A rise ball misses high there. I see they make a cottage cheese queso now. I kind of want to try that. One's hammered at Gardner. Backhanded stop, flips it across the diamond. Nice dig there from Baumgartner. 6-3 on the putout. And that'll take us into the bottom half of the 6th as the Bombers still lead 8-0.
Bombers look to be going towards an 11-19 record regular season.
Yeah, right now. We don't want to jinx it yet, but
still got some postseason games ahead. But what are you thinking for next year?
As far as the Bombers, I think it's, the thing is Uno number 1, and not just because she wears number 1 with Brooklyn Baumgartner, but we got to find a pitcher.
Got to find a pitcher.
I think that is the key cog to this wheel because I think there's enough young talent on this Bomber team and maybe some coming up. I know that there's quite a few girls out that are going to be 8th graders. There's big numbers there with some decent players and some girls there that can pitch a little bit. But we find that pitcher, and I think we should have better depth as far as just pure personnel next year, maybe with some options. But some of these young players have done a nice job. I mean, you're talking 8th graders with Holmes and Waka, and freshmen with Schonhorst and Gardner. And
Zimmerman.
Zimmerman,
I'm counting 11 freshmen and 8th graders.
Yeah,
on the varsity lineup this year. That similar last year. So
right.
A lot of those 8th graders got experience last year, experience this year as freshmen. You got to think good things are coming for the Bombers.
100%, I agree with that. And like I said, to have Brooklyn as this will bring up Maggie Mortensen. She'll lead off the bottom half of the 6th here for the Bombers. Maggie's been out in center field today. Having Brooklyn being that main force on the mound and being that constant, I guess, has been a nice thing for the Bombers. And like I said, she does a lot with the younger kids. I think she gives some pitching lessons and things like that. As that one's in there for a strike, it'll be 1-1 to Mortensen. But and you probably need to find some leaders for next year as they get into that. That's always important as well. But Maggie hits that one. Kind of a slow roller. Second baseman gets it, and it'll be not in time as Maggie beats it out. A little delayed call there. She legs that one out for an infield single. Is Maggie Mortensen. That'll bring up the third baseman, Casey Rigby.
Yeah, no juniors on the Bomber team this year.
So Rigby is 1 for 3 on the night, but the one was a loud one with that 3-run homer. That one misses high and outside as Jeter looked down to first. I've felt this 8th grader for the Norsemen's throwing pretty well as she's come in this game. Rigby tees that one up over the outstretched glove to the third baseman. She'll hold Mortensen at second. Rigby will reach with a single. First and second, nobody out here for the Bombers in the bottom half of the sixth. This will bring up the now pitcher, Avery Phillips, the senior.
Casey hitting the ball hard tonight.
Yes, she is. She is squaring it up for sure. Phillips drills that one into center, and that'll fall. And we're going to keep Mortensen at third. So now that'll bring up first baseman Brooklyn Baumgartner. 3 straight singles here for the Bombers. That'll bring up Brooklyn Baumgartner, who had a loud fly ball out back in the 4th inning as she hit one to deep center. She rips that one into the gap. That might do it here, as I believe the 10-run rule would be in effect.
It'll be the ball game.
And I believe that should do it. And right on cue, how about that for Brooklyn Baumgartner? Gets the walk-off hit. Baumgartner gets the double. That scores Mortensen, scores Rigby to make the final 10-0. Again, these Bombers will be in Newton on Thursday night. First game of postseason play. They'll take on the Newton Cardinals over there. Just a quick little, I don't know, probably an hour drive, a little longer than an hour, but you can get over there pretty quickly. I believe and if you want to stay for the extracurriculars over the weekend, I think they've got the Formula One race over there. So you can see Post Malone, some of those guys. Yeah. Anyway, folks, that does it for tonight. It's 10-0. Bombers win. What a good tune-up game as they head into the postseason. This Bomber team got some timely hitting. The upperclassmen stepped up.
On her second strikeout of the first inning, got her 500th strikeout.
As the PA public address announcer, Darren Harold.
Currently, Brooklyn Baumgartner is sitting at 503 strikeouts with many more to come. On behalf of Ballard High School, we congratulate Brooklyn, and Brooklyn will be the first one to tell you she could not have done it without her teammates. Congratulations, Brooklyn. Great job.
That was public address announcer Darren Harold there with announcing Brooklyn Baumgartner with a big accomplishment as she's got over 500 career strikeouts tonight. She got her 500th of her career with that second strikeout, as you hear the girls coming up here to take the signs down for Brooklyn as they're celebrating their teammate, which is always good to see. What a great way to go into the postseason here. Huge win as the Bombers win this one 10-0. Baumgartner gets her 500th career strikeout. Lots of big hits, some solid defense for the Bombers as they're geared up for postseason play. But, folks, it was a pleasure tonight. I appreciate my executive producer, my color analyst, Dan Inksler. He did it all tonight, folks. He literally he got us streaming. He got the score right, and he gave his tidbits. And you can rest assured that we will watch him eat a nutty bar layer by layer, maybe the same time that we have the Fig Newton Challenge for Mr. Brock the Bear Bierman. But anyway, for my buddy, Dan Inksler, Danny, you got anything you wanna add in here as we take off?
Nope.
Okay.
Get home and eat your Swiss rolls.
Yeah.
A little peanut butter on top.
I'll tell you what, there's something to that. I would enjoy that. Anyway, folks, hopefully you enjoyed tonight's broadcast. I had fun doing it. For my executive producer, my color analyst, all the same guy, Dan Inksler, I'm Tim Davis for the Ballard Network. We're signing off. Make sure if you can get over to Newton on Thursday, go for it. The boys play at home on Friday night, postseason play for baseball. Enjoy the evening, folks. Good night, and go Bombers.